Magic. Magic, occasionally referred to as the higher mysteries, is a powerful but little understood force in the world. In Westeros, it is believed, particularly by the maesters of the Citadel, that magic, if it ever existed, is now gone from the world. Only 1 in every 100 maesters, Luwin among them, bother to study the subject long enough to earn a Valyrian steel link for their chains. In Essos, magic is still practiced, particularly in the eastern regions of the continent, but even there its effects and the power of its practitioners are frequently questioned. It has long been believed that dragons have a strong connection to magic, and magic is said to be strongest in their presence. With the birth of Daenerys Targaryen's dragons, the first ones in more than a century, magic, at least Eastern magic, seems to be slowly making its way back into the world. Charlatans have found that their tricks are becoming spells, while the power of established practitioners has begun to rapidly and greatly increase. Types of magic and magic-related abilities. Blood magic, practiced by Magi beyond the Dothraki Sea, as well as by Red Priests of the Lord of Light. Blood magic involves the sacrifice of both animals and humans and is forbidden among the Dothraki. Green sight, associated with the greenseers of the Children of the Forest, and sometimes found among descendants of the first men, it allows the user to experience prophetic dreams. Necromancy, the ability to raise and manipulate the dead, demonstrated by the White Walkers and certain followers of the Lord of Light. Considered one of the darkest forms of magic, even the Red Priests themselves are wary of it, and there is no consensus on how exactly it works. Pyrokinesis, the ability to summon and manipulate fire. Beric Dondarrion uses this to set his sword on fire, and Melisandre used it during the Battle of Winterfell to aid the defenders of Winterfell. Shadow birthing, shadowbinders from Ass High may give birth to shadows shortly after being impregnated by a man. Valyrian magic, practiced by the Valyrians in the time of the Valyrian Freehold. It involves fire-related abilities as well as the ability to bond with and control dragons. Water magic, the ancient Rhoynar people, who lived along the Rhoyne River in western Essos, were said posses magic drawn from the river itself. Their water wizards were able to call upon great water spouts, knocking Valyrian dragon riders out of the sky. Warging, the ability to enter the mind of an animal and experience and/or control its actions. In very rare cases, this power can be used on simple-minded humans as well. Groups. Alchemists Guild, also known as Pyromancers, a society of learned men of Westeros boasting the practice of ancient magic and abilities such as transmuting metals, now limited to the production and manipulation of wildfire. Children of the Forest, a race of non-humans that were perhaps the most powerful of the naturally gifted in magic. At one point they destroyed an entire landmass after uniting their magical powers. Also seen practicing pyromancy, a variation of necromancy, and the ability to turn humans into White Walkers. Red Priests, the clergy of the Lord of Light. According to them, they do not boast abilities of their own, only gifts from the Red God. Adept at experiencing visions of the future by gazing into flames and pyres. Magi, sorceresses from Essos, who have been shown as practicing blood magic for healing or seeing a person's future. Shadowbinders, magic practitioners from the city of Ass High. Warlocks, magic practitioners of Karth, based at the House of the Undying. Known for their custom of drinking shade of the evening. White Walkers, mysterious former humans capable of cryomancy and necromancy. Notable magic practitioners. Melisandre, called the Red Woman, a shadowbinder, and Red Priestess from Ass High, advisor to King Stannis Baratheon. Died after removing her enchanted necklace and turning to dust because of her true age. Thuras, a Red Priest from Myr and member of the Brotherhood without banners. Perished during the White Hunt. The Night King, the overall ruler and first of the White Walkers and leader of the Army of the Dead, having existed for thousands of years since the Dawn Age and possessed a number of horrifying magical abilities related to death, winter, cold and darkness. Destroyed by Arya Stark during the Battle of Winterfell, permanently ending the threat of the Long Night. The Three-Eyed Raven, a Westerosi Green Seer. Killed by the Night King. Bran Stark, a Westerosi Green Seer and warg as well as the new Three-Eyed Raven. Jojen Reed, a Westerosi Green Seer. Mercy killed by Mira Reed. Piet Pri, a Carthene warlock. Killed by Daenerys Targaryen's dragons. Miri Maz-Dur, a Lazarene god's wife and Magi. Kaith, a shadowbinder from Ass High established in Karth. Maggie, called Maggie the Frog, a woods witch who foretold Cersei Lannister's future by tasting a drop of her blood. Kinvara, high priestess of the Red Temple of Volantis, the flame of truth, the light of wisdom, and first servant of the Lord of Light. Rickon Stark, an untrained green seer and warg. Killed by Ramsay Bolton shortly before the Battle of the Bastards. Leaf, a child of the forest. Committed suicide by causing an explosion to allow Bran Stark to escape the Night King. Daenerys Targaryen, called Daenerys the Dreamer. Known for her prophetic dreams, most notably her prediction of the doom of Valyria. Beric Dondarrion, the Lord of Blackhaven and leader of the Brotherhood without banners, who practices pyrokinesis by setting his sword on fire with his own blood. Killed and resurrected many times, eventually perished during the Battle of Winterfell. Daenerys Targaryen possesses magic that makes her immune to fire. In the books. In the A Song of Ice and Fire novels, the overall nature and state of magic is similar to how it is presented in the TV series. Magic at the start of the series is so rare that almost everyone west of Valyria believes it to be gone, if it even existed. To the east of Valyria's ruins, magic's existence is not in doubt, only its potency. When Daenerys successfully hatches her dragons, practitioners of magic across the world, from Karth to Oldtown, gradually discover that their once meager power has increased significantly. Although it has not been established much in the series, Aes Sedai is widely regarded as the center of magical lore. It and the nearby Shadowlands are also rumored to be the home of the darkest magics known. The faceless men of Braavos appear to seemingly possess the magical abilities that allow them to change their appearances at will. But the exact nature of the phenomenon is unclear. In conjunction with preparing and utilizing the faces, as well as Mummer's tricks, the faceless men use magical glamours to aid in their disguises.
If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.